Yeah, what a great atmosphere it was in here tonight, and what a great effort by Oklahoma. They're scratching and clawing and just coming off a really big win for them, and they played really, really hard, and I was proud of our guys. You know, we again, we're dancing with all kind of weirdness with our lineup in the game and everything else, but proud of how our guys responded, and especially these two guys I thought were absolutely terrific tonight.
Mark, was the offensive game plan down the stretch just go with Otega, or is that just how it ended up kind of sorting out?
Well, we get in this weird space where we're just in this weird lineup space. So, and we had no timeouts left. You know, we're trying to figure all that out. And so we kind of had run into, after our last timeout, kind of a 2-4-5 ram where we were going to either use it or reject it. And we had BG popping, and BG had already made a couple threes, so he was dangerous. And Otega getting downhill has been really incredible. And both those guys made great decisions down the stretch and made big time plays to get it done. So it was got to kind of nuts and bolts at the end of the game.
Otega, they were obviously booing you every time you touched the ball tonight. Did that kind of fuel you? And just how does this whole thing feel for you tonight?
I mean, it's a great feeling, you know, just coming to your old space, and, you know, getting a win. And, yeah, I definitely heard the boos. And, you know, as a basketball player, you know, it's just cool knowing that you can have that.
They were saying, ooh.
I know they were saying something, but, you know, it was just cool having that. Being a basketball player, you know, getting that type of attention and definitely coming out with the win. It's a great feeling.
Game was a little chippy throughout the game. How was that kind of spicy? Just like, how'd y'all kind of handle that and kind of fight through that?
I feel like we just had to step up. You know, obviously on the road, environment's always going to be chippy, always going to be tough. So, you know, these are the best type of wins where you just have to put your hard hat on and just be aggressive. And I feel like you did a great job in the second half of doing that.
Brandon, I know you had a lot of family, I think friends in the crowd tonight. Just how did you approach this game, and then especially your first half when Amari goes down with kind of some foul trouble? What was your mentality there?
Oh yeah, you know, it's just always good to come back home and play in front of the crowd. You know, I got a lot of fam out there. Son came out, so it was just good, and I'm just glad I got the dub back home.
Kari will take any questions that you have.
Brandon, was part of the chippiness, you know, did that come from being from here and being a local guy, and, you know, obviously you played at the rival school last year. Did that sort of motivate you more than this one?
Oh yeah, you know, just me being back home, you know, they try to get up under my skin from right when I got in the game, but, you know, things got a little chippy at the end, but, you know, it's just basketball, nothing more, nothing less, and it's just part of it.
Can you take us through that last block on fears and sort of?
Yeah, you know, just my emotions got a little high when I got the block and realized we got the win, so I forgot what I said, but yeah, I was just glad I got the block.
Otega, did you get a piece of that one too, or did you just
A little bit.
you got a little bit?
Double block. Yeah.
I think Amari might have got a piece of it too, right?
Sure, all hands on deck.
Mark, how difficult is it with the injuries, guys coming back from injuries, Jack's getting re-injured, the foul trouble, just getting into an offensive rhythm? How especially this game, how difficult is that?
Listen, we had challenges all about. We talked about it shoot around today, and then we talked about it before the game. Yeah, there was a lot of weirdness going into this game. You know, we had really a roster transformation with those two guys coming back, because then I have two guys that are actually probably going out of the rotation from starting spots, right? And then I have there were other changes in first game back and health, and then the foul issues. You know, we were in foul trouble, both bigs in foul trouble early in the game, and then Lamont fouling out. It was just all the stuff, right? We talked about this as shoot around. We talked about it before the game, that this had all of the makings of a first round NCAA game. All of the makings, all the weirdness, like there was weirdness associated with these guys coming home. It was a late start. You know, we had this roster turnover. You know, it was a really different environment. It was a different environment in this gym and all those things. So the guys were terrific at anticipating the frustration. I thought the game got really interesting. I think we got down 6 or 7, and it was kind of this turning point in our guys, and they just rallied. And we're trying to capture that and roll into postseason play really with a huge focus on this specific game. It meant something to us, and it's nice that we had guys make incredible plays on both sides of the ball to finish it, so we get to, you know, experience this and chase it again.
Do you have any, you talk to the guys that you left or in contact?
Yeah, talked to Zero last week. You know, those are my brothers for a little bit, you know, obviously our relationship not gonna go away, but you know, it's on the court, it's just high intensity battle.
What did you expect when you came back? Were you surprised by the booze?
I didn't know what to expect really, but once on the court, it doesn't matter. It's just moving and they're trying to get the win.
Mark, you touched on it, kind of feeling like first round NCAA tournament game, but the way you guys were able to finish this one, is this one you feel like it can really give you some momentum and kind of end some of the streakiness that happened this season?
I don't know how it plays with momentum. I think, you know, there were some questions about just the chippiness in the game. That time of year, like we're just that time of year, guys. It's you know, we got, you know, we're down to the final few games, and then it's postseason play, and so I don't know if it's momentum, but I do think our guys had an experience tonight that they will call back on when we get in a very similar game, and so I love that. I love that we have it in our pocket.
Otega, you mentioned it's obviously just another game, but did it mean a little extra to you to kind of have the run that you did to finish the game when you can't run against your former team?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, I'm just glad I was able to come out and have high motor, high intensity on both ends of the ball. You know, I just tried to impose my will in whatever way I was. I'm glad I came.
So in the moment, did you even realize you had the team's last 18 points in like 8 minutes? Was there any point, did you realize that?
I did not. It was crazy.
Can you give us an update on Jackson's wrist or front back, so you kind of re-aggravated it all?
Yeah, so Jax's wrist didn't respond great tonight, so we'll see how that is going forward. I think Andrew's doing okay. I think he's okay. I think Lamont is okay. We'll see. It's, you know, this is for us moving forward. It's always the morning after that we're going to know a lot more. So
What was the decision process with Lamont and Jax and doing it now as opposed to waiting and kind of the fine line there?
well, they were, you know, Lamont's been actually pretty good for the last week. 10 days maybe back to where he was before we threw him out last time. So it was just kind of, we were just in this waiting space where it's just like, you know, he's moving great. Like the limited movement that you might notice on the court is because this brace is so tight right now, trying to keep him together. So I think the thinking was it was 4 games left. It was kind of like a good runway for him to kind of, you know, find himself back into this. And I think, you know, this game means something, this here at Oklahoma means something to Jax too, and I think he was excited to get out here and try it. I think both those guys were dying to get back on the floor. So, you know, they had both been cleared, and it was pretty good, you know, for them.
Marcus, you were scouting Oklahoma. What stood out about Peters, and what did you see from him? Just what he's been able to do.
Yeah, you know, you love guards and get wherever they want on the court. And he can get wherever he wants on the court pretty consistently. I think his last 2 games, I don't know what he ended up with today in terms of assists, but his 10 assist game, he gets really special. He was 6 assists tonight. 16 assists in the last 2 games is pretty special. And he's doing it by causing a lot of havoc, right? I think he's a really special talent. He's a good player.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. How about that?